Shalom, I'm Israel, giving up praise to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Hakadash, double honors to the elders of GMS who taught us his truth. Salutation to you, Hakim out there pushing this word. Basically, free up in your life. Do so. Yeah, man, as you can see, the title, of this video is Captive Exile. And this is from Adam Ruins Everything. He's a YouTuber. This is the channel, True TV, the shocking way private prisons make money. Now, the reason why I want to go into this today is because this is according to the scriptures. You see, private prisons, and so let's get a precept. We're gonna start Isaiah 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled, right? Because our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the biblical Israelites, are robbed because we got our land stolen, we got all our possessions taken, we got robbed for our labor. Okay, they robbed our nationality and spoiled, meaning to take from us, and they took everything: our jewels, our gold, our dignity. Right. So yeah, reading on is they are all of them snared in holes. Holes meaning like the confinements. A hole is like the hole in the wall. You going in a hole. But they say that's for solitary confinement, meaning to be by yourself. You're snared in a hole. And they are hid in prison houses. Now, what is a prison? This is from Merriam-Webster. Prison means a state of confinement or captivity, a place of confinement, especially for lawbreakers, an institution such as one under state jurisdiction for confinement of persons convicted of serious crimes. So prison, what I really wanted is a state of confinement or captivity. Okay, so our people are snared in prison houses, primarily Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They are for a prey and none deliver. What does prey mean? Look at the scriptures go deep. Prey, an animal that is hunted and killed by another for food. Hunt and kill for food. But really what I wanted was an animal that is hunted and killed, because that's what a prey is. And what they call us, brute beasts, they call us animals. And what they do, they hunt us and kill us down. I mean, this is the argument of, oh, Esau killing our people. That's what they do. wherefore they are a prey, and none delivereth. Nobody comes to so-called Black Lives Matter, ADOS, African descendants of slaves. None deliver, none delivers us. Nobody cares about our sorrows. Look, for I spoil you, and none say it restore. A man could be facing 50 years, Jake that is, and nobody's gonna protest that judgment. You see? Why? Because we are the children of Israel. This is verse 23, and then it's gonna show you why this is happening. Who among you would give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore have he poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has set him on fire round about, that he knew it not. And it burnt him, and he laid it not to heart, because our people don't consider the conditions what's going on. They don't consider that the Lord is doing it for our wrong and evil doings. This is Isaiah 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in a pit, nor that bread shall fail. Now the captive exile is not is talking about Israel as a whole, or the elect that is, because the elect is hastening to be free from the captivity of Esau, the bondage, or this punishment we have to serve according to Isaiah 42 and 23. Uh, 23 and 24. You see? So I'll read that again, Isaiah 51 and 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, that he should not die in a pit, because America is the pit. Let's get the definition of pit. A large hole in the ground. Says someone or something in conflict or competition with. You see? So pit is a hole in the ground. When we read this, it said they are snared in holes. That's what a pit is, a hole. You see? So our people are captive. Now I'm gonna read a little bit of this and I'm gonna close it out. It says Black Americans incarcerated 5 times more than white people. You can't work in the justice system not know just by looking that there are racial disparities in the system. It's a program which prepares New York inmates state prison for higher education. Every year we maybe have one white student in our class. Obviously race is not remotely an admission factor for us, but it's just the reality of what it is. You see, it says a report published on Tuesday sought to put data behind that reality by analyzing race within state prisons and comparing those findings to the U.S. Census. Black Americans were incarcerated in state prisons at an average rate of 5.1 times that of white Americans, the report said. And in some states, that rate was 10 times more. Why? Because as we've seen in Adam Rules Everything videos, states, prisons get the whole entire state gets fined upwards to $3 million a year for not filling 97% capacity. So prisons and federal prisons have to be filled. State prisons and federal prisons have to be filled. Why? Because they make money off our people. It says the U.S. is 63.7 non-Hispanic white, 12%, 12.2% black, 8.7 Hispanic white, and blah blah blah. It says sentencing project Washington D.C. nonprofit promotes reforms. It says and it says new study blacks are incarcerated in state prisons at more than 5 times the rate of whites. Now let's look at this. This is the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment is the U.S. Constitution ratified in 1865 after aftermath of the Civil War abolished slavery in the U.S. 13th Amendment, neither slavery nor voluntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any subject to their jurisdiction. That's why you have an Edomite and Jake go in the same courtroom, same judge, same jury, prosecutor and defendants. Uh, Both of them commit murder, first degree. Jake will face up to 30 years to life, and Esau might only get 10. And a perfect example of that was the Amber Gaga situation. She obviously murdered this man, um, and she only got 10 years. But had that been an example of TK the rapper, went up in somebody's home, wasn't the trigger man, wasn't the shooter per se. He just so happened to be there with the guy that shot him. He's facing 50 years to life. Okay, so that's why it says neither is slavery or voluntary servitude except as a punishment of a crime. Why? Because they classify as so-called Black Americans or Jacob, Negroes, Latino, Native Americans as criminals, and that's what they paint. That's why when officers come and they see you with a hoodie on or a hood jacket, they automatically assume you're a criminal, lock you up, throw you to the judge. The judge throws the book at you. Why? Because they want to make you a slave again. Okay, and that's why I read Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is the people robbed and spoiled. They are all hit, snared their holes, and they are hid in prison houses. See, they are for a prey, none delivered, for a spoiled, none saved for store. Why? Because these people make money off of us because we're slaves, and they like it that way. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Shem Kakadash, the Bahan to the elders, say T. Hakim. Till next time, Shalom.